Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope that everyone will be fine. So, welcome back to another tutorial. As promised, that I have said you that I want to create the videos about the ng-for, which is basically the directive for the Angular, as well as the conditional statements and loop. So, here in the very first video, I'm going to tell you and explain you about the ng-for directive. So before discussing everything, I think so we should move on. So here I have already opened my folder with the Angular application installed already. So if you haven't installed, you can watch my very first videos about the installation and you can easily understand that how to install it. All right. So I have run my Angular application by simply just type ng serve and your application will be installed. So go into the app.component.html. It's empty in my case, and I have to create my very first component. So I just want to create my component. I'm going to clear that out. And ng for Angular, G for generate, C for component, and sandbox. So I'm going to create my very first component with the name of sandbox. So inside the sandbox, we have our very first four files. The first file we have our HTML and the TypeScript for the testing file, and so specs.ts is the testing file, and the last one is the TS file that where we have our selector, template URL, and the style URL. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go inside my sandbox.component.ts file and create a array of an object. So the first thing here I'm going to do is to create an object with the name of customers. So customer equal to Abdullah, AB Nation, and John, and Maham. All right. So I created the for name with the names inside the array, which is customer. So in order to print that out inside our HTML, so I'm gonna just remove that sandbox first, which is whenever you create an component, it should be inside that. So I'm gonna do is to list. I'm using Bootstrap as well. So go to the getbootstrap.com and grab this link easily and just put that inside your index.html file. So once you're done with that, then move on to your sandbox.company.html. But if you type anything right here, let's suppose if I put up here hello world, and you go to your browser and run into your localhost 4200, you see nothing has been displayed over here. The reason why, because we have the app.component.html file, and there you see we have this is our main file. Whatever we type up here can be directly seen up on our browser. So hello from app. So notice you see that we can easily see hello from app. But what about that we have typed inside our sandbox.component.html? This can be done by two ways. The first thing, we can access the routes, but we are not going to explain right now. The second way is that we can easily simply put the selector inside that. So for example, the selector that we have, the component that we have just created, we have our selector of app-sandbox. So just simply grab that and put that right over here and create the selector for that. So now you see into your browser that we can easily see hello world. All right. Now go back to your hello world and just remove it out here. We have already created an array of an object. So in order to display that into your browser, there are multiple ways of doing it. So I'm using string interpolation that I have discussed in the previous video. If I just simply put name, sorry, the name of an object was customer. So if I just simply put the labels, h1 name, and remove that out. And now you see that we have names with our commas. All right. In order to separate that, this is actually not the good way. In order, if you want to use CSS or you want to loop that or you want to use without commas, you can also use with your loops. So in order to use loops, just simply go down here and I'm using UL for an order listing, and I'm using a bootstrap class which is list dash group. And inside that, I'm gonna use li for my list orders. So I am using the bootstrap class list group item. Now put that inside by using string interpolation. So if I put up here customer, the name of the, and this is actually coming from our TS file, that's from where we are accessing our string interpolation. So if I go to my browser, and now you see that we have our names on our list group items, right? But they are not listed so well. So in order to list them, I need to use a directive known as ngFor. So I'm using a static ng, and f is capital, and using a variable with the name of let. So let, and I need to give it the CUSD of customers, the name of the object that we have are in a TS file, and this is basically what we have left. So we need to bring over here CUSD, or you can put anything which you which makes sense, or so I'm using CUSD over here right now. So now you see that now our loop has been listed perfectly. So I need to use some container class and bring that div down here, and just to looks more better. All right, and now you see that we have our name. So what about if we have an array of multiple objects? So in order to do that, I need to go to my sandbox.component.ts file and bring that down an array for an object. All right, now let's create an array for an object. So what I'm going to do is to bring down here and create customers equal to, and put some parentheses. So I'm going to name John, and email should be because it's a string, so I need to pass it into the single quote. So john@gmail.com. Oh, sorry, I missed the @ So I just simply need to copy that and paste it 2 times more. So now I'm gonna change that name to Hasib, and the email has to be hasib@gmail.com, and same case for here, Ali, and ali@gmail.com. All right, now once we are done with the array for an object, now in order to pass into your HTML file, all I'm going to do is to just simply grab that all and paste it, sorry, only the UL. So just paste it down here. Okay, now I need to put some index over here. So it's a very simple way. I need to put here index as I, and what actually it does for you. So if I just put some string interpolation and display here I plus 1, and now you see that we have our only the numbers over here. So also I have removed the customer. So just put up here CUSD, and now you see, while I put CUSD, it automatically just only takes the name, and I, because we have an array for an object, I just need to put S, and I go back, and now you see we have an object, object, and object, and object. So what actually it means that, because we need to access the name, so I need to put over here dot name, and in order to access the email from the array of an object which is inside the loop, so I need to put up here email. So just to make it looks more nicer, I need to put some strong tags over here. So strong, and set that to be name, and for the email, put the email inside that. Okay, so if I just go back, and you can see now we have an array for an object like name, email, and we also have the index. So I hope you guys will enjoy this this loop series and this Angular series. And if you have any queries, if you are interested to learn more about Angular, so you can feel free to contact me. So that's it. I want to see you for the next time.